Okay. Oh man, so I forgot to do that fair use. I hope I don't get no copyright violation. I forgot to hit that, but let's get it anyway. They might give me a strike, but that's all right. We ain't gonna worry about it. Fair use under copyright statute. This is part 3 of the lesson. Let's get it. Hold on here. I need more time to. I'm gonna do one more lesson right here, and then I'm gonna go to my other phone where I can get more time and go in. So these people, man, they raging right now, man. So they getting a full dose of what they have been doing to us for ages. And I'm responding to Elder Yashawama video that he did earlier. I might even bring him up right now. Hey, fair use under the copyright statute. Fair use of the copyright statute, 1976.
Fair use, found in the copyright statute, allows limited, unlicensed use of copyrighted material. This doctrine supports criticism, comment, news, teaching, and research. It's evaluated on a case-by-case basis, considering the purpose, nature, amount, and the effect on the market.
Okay, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this, okay? Let's go to my man, Elder Yashawama. We're gonna watch some of that. I'm gonna watch about 5 minutes of that video, and then we're gonna go back to Wall Street. You know, they were booming back then, man. They were getting it in, man. They had black buses, company, airport. Man, they were doing it, man. Our people were getting it in, boy. Man, them people couldn't stand it, man. Them Edomites couldn't stand it. They had to go in there and this is what they were doing. Innocent people, man. You see these devils? This is Esau. You see? Huh. But they won't bring that up in the terror thing. The first terror on this soil. I can't think of the name. I want to find that video, man. If any of you brothers know that video, man, send it to me. That brother was going in on him. Let's hear my man Elder Yashawama. Yeah, here you go. I think this is right here.
What our members have seen over and over again overseas. This year is this. Be do the will of the Lord, all right, on the left-hand side. Okay? It's not our fight to go and protest. You know, you've had various Israelite camps show up to marches and protest, and at the George Floyd rally. Come on, man. What in the hell is an Israelite got to do protesting for some damn George Floyd? Showing you y'all don't understand what y'all are part of, but that's neither here nor there. Now they want you to go out and protest against ICE so they can use you as a scapegoat, okay, and then put your ass on the news, right? Just like they did with Black Lives Matter, but there was a lot of agent provocateurs in that, okay, to basically justify dehumanizing you and whooping your ass.
There we go.
Okay? And now that these ploys ain't working, what Esau's getting ready to do is bring out the agent provocateurs. And a lot of Israelites are agent provocateurs. A lot of people who you thought were sincere, you're going to start to see them do things that are questionable, All right, and they're going to be used for Esau's accusation purpose. This is the time for us to be locked into the spirit. We ain't supposed to be meddling. Get that real quick. Meddle not. I believe it's Yep. Sirach 11 and 10. Meddle, my son, meddle not with many matters. If thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain. Okay, neither shall thou escape by fleeing. So you're going to have your hands in so much stuff that ultimately you're not going to be innocent. And ultimately you're going to get caught up in some type of scandal. See that? So we're not supposed to be meddling with all of these matters. We've been given clear instructions on what to do. And to a lot of Israelites, that's not enough. But you're going to find out, okay, that it was. Okay, let's go back here. Because Jake, as the title says, Jake ain't taking the bait. Let's rewind this hymn.
Out there to be the sacrificial lambs, to be the mammies, the mules. But we're not doing it. So don't y'all get out in the streets and don't believe nothing they say. They know how to protest.
Now you see exactly why black people sat at home this whole fucking time. Because it was supposed to be us. You thought it was going to be us. And we said no. It was supposed to be us with the knees on our backs. It was supposed to be us with the bullets in our chest. It was supposed to be us getting dragged away, which is why the Trump administration was so antagonistic of black people to begin with. When they figured out that we weren't going to show up, that we weren't going to take the bait, they still had to figure out a way to put the fear of God in people. And you didn't think that it would be you. You thought that they would find someone else. You thought that you would be able to sit back and just say, oh my God, that's so terrible. Why would they treat people like that? And be able to live above it, but it's you. Tyranny always comes for you at some point, and it's here. Another person, another white man, another apparently straight white man with a good career serving his community is dead at the.
You're getting it, and now Edomites are getting shot. All right, just and then they're lying about the reason that they're clearly trying to draw a reaction out of the people, so that they can implement this insurrection act, and it's not really working. They're not getting the reaction because, Jake and the American people, period, are worn the hell out. The working class American, especially, of all races, is just worn the hell out. Especially Jake. The scripture said that he will wear us out. Let's get that. Through all kind of psychological warfare, they basically drained Jake. So Jake is checked out, man. Daniel 7. In 25. Okay? Let's get it in the NLT. He will defy the Most High. This is Esau Edom and his wicked system. He defies the Most High. He's antagonistic to righteousness. He will defy the Most High and oppress the holy people of the Most High. See that? It says here in the King James, he will speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Let's look at this word, wear out. So through all kind of scenarios, which we'll spend all day here pulling out the history of what you Edomites did to Jake. All right. Bala is the Hebrew word to wear away, to harass constantly. Okay. It says, but use only in a mental sense. So that you physically wore Jake out and mentally through all of these psyops. Okay, because historically Esau Edom knows what to put in the news to get Jake to react. They got you, they basically, they're used to having Jake. Okay, well, basically Jake's whole culture is centered around what Esau tells them to be mad at, what Esau tells them to celebrate, what Esau tells them to eat. All right? And we're living in a time where the Lord is putting a spirit on Jake. Okay, to even the 2/3, some of them are, they're going to be used to basically rebel against Esau. See, but we have to understand this is not our fight, but it's beautiful to see and it fulfills prophecy. So to afflict, to wear out in a mental sense. So Jake's mind has just been filled with propaganda, man, and Jake is tired of it, man. Jake is worn the hell out. Well, this week is this year is this, be mad about this, march about that. Okay, to wear out, to become old. Jake is old. To wear out by use, to use up. They've used you as a scapegoat. They got you in a commercial. They use you to promote their feminine clothing. They've used you to do everything. The first McRib commercial was a nigga.
What'd you say this was again? McDonald's calls it the McRib sandwich. It's a new kind of Q. McRib? I don't see any bones. Hey, who wants bones in a sandwich? McRib is all meat, lean pork that's grilled and simmered in a hickory smoke-flavored barbecue sauce, and put on a home-style roll with pickles and onions. Well, how about it? The McRib sandwich, a new kind of Q. And
So Jake has been used to do everything. Jake is worn out. All right, but you know the only the remnant elect are going to take heed to the true solution to that, and find comfort and rest in knowing the reality of what's happening and the future, that a kingdom for us is coming. Okay.
Here, another person, another white man, another apparently straight white man with a good career serving his community is dead at the hands of ICE. Bullets in his chest for standing up to the American.
They shot him 6 times after they shot him a few times. I don't know. That number 6 is always present, though. I know that.
American government. It wasn't supposed to be you, was it? It wasn't supposed to be you. You didn't think the leopards would eat your face, but this was the plan all along. The only wrinkle to the plan is that they thought that they would use black bodies like they always did. Through slavery, through Jim Crow, through the black codes, through the civil rights movement, they thought that they would be able to establish their power, that they're this new world order, that the secret police are legitimate by showing you what they were willing to do and capable of doing to black bodies, but black bodies didn't show up. And now they're using you. Now they're saying it's illegal to go into your house without a judicial warrant. That's what they're doing.
You Edomites are so confused. Lord willing, I'll get into it in another lesson, but now you got the right wing calling for the abolishment of the Second Amendment when that's what they were supposedly to stand for. So these Edomites are all over the place, man. This is the end, as the scriptures say. To live to see the fall of your enemy is a joy, man. Okay, and we don't feel sorry for you. Okay, and we see a lot of you Edomites looking and coming to the page, putting your long comments and trying to tell. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You don't. You're not the authority anymore. Okay, that shit is over. Okay, you through. Okay, and we're happy to see you being through. But see, the working class Edomite has lost his privilege. Okay, and when Esau Edom has no one else to blame, he's gonna have to what? Start blaming his elites, his government, and they're gonna look just like him, and they're gonna lose it. They're gonna rebel. They're gonna lose it. Okay, and of course Jake is gonna always be a target to them, but they're gonna start going after the senators, governors, and rebelling against this American system. All right, tapping into what Thomas Jefferson told them. All right.
Okay.
This is what Thomas Jefferson warned about. Fuck it. Let's just lose it. Okay, because according to the amendment, you're supposed to be able to form a coup again. So Esau finna tap back into all that, but this is not our fight. This is not what we. The Lord didn't set us up for that.
Nope.
So let the 2/3.
Hey, that's not our fight. Like the Elder Yashua said, man, this is not our fight. So let's go back into the book. Let me see. Let's go back and read another chapter. Okay, hold on here. I read all this here. Okay, the attitude of the black customer toward black businesses. It said the attitude of many black customers toward black businesses is negative in various manners. Hold on here.
In the wake of the unrest in Minneapolis, people in Portland held a vigil to honor.
So right now, some of their own is getting gunned down in the street, man. That's a curse. The Lord is turning these curses on these people, man. Okay, we're going back to Rudolph Winslow book. Okay, Valley of the Dry Bones. The attitude of the black customers towards black businesses. Okay, the attitude of many black customers towards black businesses is negative in various manners. Many of us are familiar with the crab complex, or crab attitude. This expression originates from the nature of the crab in a barrel. If one crab, hold on y'all, bear with me. It said if one crab will make an attempt to get out of the barrel, the other crab will invariably pull him back into the barrel. The crab attitude manifests itself in many ways among Black people, and it can be defined as any negative, unhelpful behavior in which a particular race of people work against each other, especially when the members of the race have common problems inherent to the entire group. For example, racism, unemployment, a low ratio of education, high crime rates, and so forth. Like the crab that have a common problem or problem of being enclosed in a barrel. Nevertheless, they will work together. They will work against one another and pull each other down. Likewise, is the behavior of hundreds of thousands of Black people in America. So, some time ago, I had a bad experience with a woman who acted like a crab. I had a refreshment cart, which I pushed around the street. And after I had made a complete circuit of the neighborhood, it was my practice to wait 15 or 20 minutes on a certain busy corner to serve my customers. And when I was starting to make another circuit of the neighborhood, a certain woman, a known big mouth, yelled out to me, "Hey, mister, we don't want you selling around here. We are trying to keep someone from opening a store on the corner." So I said, "I am not a store. I am a vendor." The woman asked, do you have a license? "Show me your license," I replied angrily. "I don't have to show you my license. As a matter of fact, I had the license, but I was only obligated to surrender it to the police or the agent from Department of License and Inspection." So she said vehemently, "If you don't show me your license, I will call the police." I exclaimed, "Call the police." Then I asked her, what are you interested in the most, prohibiting me from selling around here or seeing my license?" She did not answer me. So I went on my way. About half an hour later, while I was selling my refreshment, a policeman drove up alongside me and requested to see my license. I showed it to him, and he read it and said, "You're all right. You are all right. Continue on with your business. If you are like me, you can probably conjecture what the white police officer thought and said to his relatives and friends. Let us pretend for a moment that the police officer is attending a party and one of his friends approaches him and asks, how are the things going in the police department, Joe?" Joe answered, "Everything is pretty good. The other day, they transferred me to an all-Black neighborhood, and I am learning a lot about black people that I didn't know before, but had only heard about. What do you mean, Joe? Well, yesterday I received a call about a man selling on the street without a license. And after investigating the situation, I found out that the man had a license. You see, many people complain that black men are lazy and don't want to work. And yet, when one found a job and tried to make an honest living without stealing, one of his own kind reported him to the police. I just don't understand this. These niggers, they are against their own kind, and they have a nerve to talk about white folks. Many black people have their own personal story that they can tell about the crab complex. So it said there are many other negative attitudes that black people have towards black business people. Some are understandable and the others are not. First of all, many blacks believe that a black man or woman should not be in business. Many believe that this is a white man's domain. Okay, moreover, they look at other black business persons as if to say you should not be in business, or how in the hell did you manage to get into business? So some say that a black man's price are too high, but they never say the price of alcohol drink is too high. Okay, let me see here. So yeah, man, it's so we've been dealing with this crab in that thing for a long time. All these symptoms. These are symptoms of being cursed. Okay. So let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So the crab attitude illustrates how internalized oppression and negative perception prevent Israel from thriving economically. Even when one of the people attempts to build or work honestly, peers may actively work against their success. This manifests in reporting discouragement and social pressure, creating systemic self-sabotage. Understanding this dynamic is critical to interpreting why so few black businesses succeed or are sustained. It shows that economic oppression is both external and internal, combining societal constraints with community behavior. Okay, so this verse shows Israel being placed in a dependent position economically, even among its own kind. The crab attitude is a human manifestation of the tail condition, pulling others down instead of uplifting them. Black business people being discouraged by their own communities reflect this prophetic principle in action. The failure to support each other allows outsiders to dominate commerce and resources. Even lawful license and honest work is undermined by jealousy, fear, and misperception. This illustrates the combination of spiritual judgment and being and human behavior enforcing economic weakness. Recognizing the crab complex is key to reversing the dynamics and rebuilding wealth within the nation. No, we at the end of it now. The thing we need to do now is be locked in on repenting and coming back to our power, man. Coming back to the tradition, being a Hebrew Israelite, not no Christian, or being in the harlot house, like the Lord can ready to destroy them places. I keep telling these people, and little old Pastor Porkchop shake his head and be going, ha, like I showed in the video, man. No, we got to come back to being who we are. We are the Hebrew Israelite, not black Hebrew Israelite. We are the Hebrew Israelites. The Negro, the Latino, and the Native American are the children of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, point blank, period. All right, let's keep going. How much time we in? Another precept. Yes, come on. Let's continue. Job, chapter 29, 22 to 24. We're gonna break down each one of these separately. So we already did Job 9:22. We're gonna get Job 9:23. So here Job reflects on the suddenness of trials which strike without warning or precede cause. This mirrors the destruction of prosperous so-called black communities like Tulsa, Rosewood. The incident are often tested while the wicked appears to laugh or gain advantage. Yahweh allows temporary injustice as a part of the broader plan of correction. Okay, understanding the suddenness of trials help interpret economic and social and political oppression prophetically. If the scourge slays suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. That's Job 9:23. So the scourge represent unexpected calamities and attacks from enemies or circumstances. The verse reflects how oppression may seem arbitrary, but is divinely permitted. In Israel history, sudden exile or economic destruction was common. Tulsa and Rosewood exemplifies this principle. Thriving communities struck unexpectedly. The wicked laugh in human perception, but Yahweh's plan remained intact. Trials reveal the condition of the people and test obedience. Awareness of this dynamic helps identify divine law versus human casualty and suffering. Okay. Job 9:24. It said, it talks about the earth. It said Job observed the earth is controlled by the wicked. The justice appears hidden. This verse reflects the systemic oppression and the inability of the innocent to access fair governance. For Israel, this represents Babylonian system where power and resources were stolen or denied. It connects to modern economic and social oppression of so-called black communities. Seeing these conditions through Job's eyes validates lived experiences under divine law. The earth, say what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, and where and who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Parallel economic and political domination over Israel. Covered the faces of the judges describes corruption or obstruction of justice. This explains why prosperity is often threatened by human systems. Even the righteous can face systemic oppression while the wicked rise. The verse is a prophetic reflection of Babylonian control over Israel. Understanding this highlights the necessity of awakening identity and obedience. The ultimate restoration lies in Yahweh's timing, not human justice. So I hope y'all was edified with the lesson. Let's close. We're going to close with a prayer. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call lawyer Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bekar Kadash. All heavenly praise and honor and glory go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bekar Kadash. Hey, second, I'd like to give double shouts and double honor to all the elder apostles and bishops from GMS who rule well. Third, I would like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to all the like-minded men on down, as myself that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. I say shalom to you all. And fourth, I would like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to the sisters. There's remaining silent in the congregation and learning and teaching the younger women how to become better women. So with all being said, may Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall be with us all as we go further into the great tribulation.
This is at what? Very intentful in creating Greenwood.
These were members of a Black community who were showing Black people that a new world was possible. They were a sign and a symbol to Black communities about all of the wonderful things that we could be.
You have all sorts of businesses in Greenwood. You have everything from funeral parlors to theaters, hotel. There's a public library, a Black library. There are chili houses, cafes, restaurants. There's just everything there.
There were a dozen surgeons and doctors. There were several lawyers. There was a Black-owned photographer.